Open up Twitch. Did I go live? Am I live? I am. Cool. Alhamdulillah. All right. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. If you hear commotion in the background, it's because we just got one of my dogs back permanently. Okay. Let me see. Stream manager. There we go. Okay. So, I was gonna stream earlier, but since I had to wipe my computer because my computer got hacked, apparently not all of my Sims games had been reinstalled, so I had to wait for them to install, and while I was doing so, I decided to watch the live stream. It wasn't live when I was watching it. It was late, but, you know, I decided to watch it. First note is that they opened it with the trailer for the Werewolves game pack, which is not epilepsy or seizure friendly. There are a lot of flashes. There's no flash warning. So just a heads up, if you have not watched the trailer or the live stream yet, and you are prone to seizures, you should skip until about a minute and a half into the live stream. Because if you don't, then you probably are going to have a seizure. Alright. Turn down my volume just a bit. Let's see here. I am just trying to post so that way people know that I'm streaming. Okay. Bless you, Piper. Alright, so I've posted that I'm streaming. Alright, so if you don't know, Hufflepom and I on Twitter have been doing a campaign to bring awareness about the lack of representation of the Jewish and Muslim communities in The Sims 4. In the past, I have done so far 2 live streams for this. Like specifically for this, I did do another one where I mentioned it before I stopped streaming briefly as part of my protest. And we tried to make a Muslim femme sim and a Jewish femme sim. Now we are going to go for masked sims. So we're going to switch this to male, because we're going to use the male physical frame. I really do like that you can have it say male and have a feminine frame, but that's a different thing. We're going to just do the masculine frame. We're making a cis male sim in this case. So we are going to be making a Jewish man. that is what we're doing in this specific stream. Alright, faces. So, if people don't know, there are Black Jews, and a lot of them are from Ethiopia, and the Ethiopian language, which starts with a G, what is it called? Sorry. I think it's called like Geze or something. Yeah, Gez. It's actually a Semitic language, which means that it's connected to Hebrew and Arabic, and other Semitic languages. And this is because there is a long history of Judaism in Ethiopia. So there are a lot of Black Jews, which is something that people don't really know about. So we're going to be making a Black Jewish man, and we're going to be making him Orthodox. I want to see this. I just want to see this. This is from the new... pack. Okay, so Jewish males generally have their hair cut short, except for 2 forelocks in the front that may be longer. Not all Orthodox Jews have this. It really depends on the branch of Orthodoxy that you're in. But it is something that is a thing. It's mentioned in the Torah. And so many times they will cut the hair short and have 2 curly forelocks in the front. Why they are traditionally curled, I couldn't tell you. There's really... I don't have the information on that one, so my apologies. But so we're looking for a short hairstyle, possibly with some long hair in the front. Oh, my bad. So I guess I didn't actually finish what I was saying about the live stream. So, okay, so I couldn't stream because my games hadn't been completely downloaded, because I had to wipe my computer due to my computer being hacked into. And so I decided to watch the live stream while my Sims games downloaded. And like I said at the beginning of the live stream, the first thing to note is that it is not seizure friendly at all. The very beginning of the live stream, they play the Werewolf Game Pack trailer, and the trailer has a lot of flashes in it at the beginning. So if you have not watched the live stream yet and want to, but you are prone to seizures, skip to about 1 minute and 30 seconds in order to bypass most of the flashing. So I watched the live stream, and good, fine, until about an hour in, when Sim Guru Morgan made an anti-Semitic comment on stream. And this is the exact reason why Hufflepalm and I are doing this. Because we lack cultural representation in the game. But not just that, but blatant anti-Semitism is going unchecked. Alright? So, if you follow me on Twitter, it's my pinned thread now. I posted a clip of the live stream where she said the anti-Semitic comment. It was about Semitic noses. And I have an entire thread on it and how it is completely inappropriate for her to have made that comment and how it's offensive. And I did report it to EA via EA Health. So, inshallah, something gets done and The Sims finally talks with me in Hufflepuff, because we have been doing this awareness campaign for 124 days. So, all right, back to The Sim. So we're making a Jewish Sim. So this is going to be the best that I can really do. We don't have any short hair with the 4 locks. We do have short hair with longer hair on top, and so we'll go with that. Because Ethiopian Jews are Semitic, I'm going to assume they also have Semitic noses. So, let's go find a Semitic nose. They don't have too many presets for it. That one's better. There we go. So, this is the style nose that Sim Guru Morgan called a crazy nose, which is extremely offensive. This is how my nose looks. So, it literally made me sick to my stomach. I'm very, very upset about this, and it should not have happened. It's not okay. All right, we're gonna see if I can make this a little less pointed. No, that just made it go detail edit mode. Can I turn it? I just want to like move the tip up. I don't remember. I thought there was a way. I don't know. That's what we're gonna do. Alright. Piper. Stop eating weird crumbs of things. Sorry, guys. My dog is incontrollable. Alright, so a lot of Orthodox men have beards. Just like Jewish Orthodox men tend to have beards. So we're gonna look through all the beard presets. So, something that got brought up during the live stream was that there really aren't any Afro-textured beards in The Sims. They're all for people with relatively straight hair. However, before the game pack drops, we're supposed to be getting a new beard, which is Afro-textured. Currently, this is probably the closest that we have. This one, which I think is for Father Winter, because he's generally got curly hair, I guess. And this one is like a wavy texture. So, this is the best that we have right now, are one of those 2 beards. Yeah, it is. It's really weird. I don't know why, especially when the game shipped, base game, with multiple Afro texture, like, hairs. Why would we not have the option for beards or mustaches or whatever? So, you know, what is it, 6-7 years in and we're finally getting it? Because people deserve to be represented, which is what this entire campaign with me and Hufflepuff is about, because we're tired of lack of representation of so many different cultures. And, like, yeah, there's more in expansions. And, like, we still didn't get beards. Now we're getting it. It's ridiculous. It's really completely ridiculous. Aw, thanks, Pom. Sleep well. But like, it's just simply, it's ridiculous, plain and simple. We should have had it from the beginning, and we should have had we should have now, and from the beginning we should have had representation for all cultures. And over time, more and more cultures have been getting representation from the Sims, but Jewish Simmers have been ignored. And Muslim Simmers have gotten like throwaway things that aren't really that helpful. So we really, really want that to change, especially in light of the anti-Semitic remark that was made during the live stream. Okay, so we've got our sim. We're going to just keep them like this. All right. Jewish men normally wear hats. So Jewish men, Orthodox Jewish men, wear generally a little circle hat called a yarmulke. All right. It's similar to a, also called a kippah. It's similar to a kufi, which is an Islamic cap. Now, we did get kufis in the game when they gave those like throwaway Islamic outfits that were barely anything. So this is what a kufi looks like. But the Jewish version is much smaller, and it only is on the very top of the head. All right. So it's pinned generally to the top of the head, and the hair is left exposed. We don't have something like that in the game. Plain and simple, we just don't. We have do-rags now. Alhamdulillah, we're getting more black representation. Okay. And we have a bunch of different other kinds of hats and like some bandana type things, but we don't have anything that matches the description of a yarmulke or a kippah. So we could use the kufi if we wanted to. Some Orthodox Jews wear like, I don't really know what they're called, but they're kind of like fedora style caps, like this. Or like this, depending on the sect. So these are for like ultra-Orthodox Jews. These are the kind of hats that they wear for the men. Some of them wear hats like this without the holly on it, and generally they're taller. Usually they're like brown. We don't have that option. But those are usually Jews from kind of like a Russian area. They'll wear hats like that. I just saw a hat that could work. Where'd it go? Yeah, this one can kind of work too. I've seen Jewish men in my area walking around near the shul, and they have hats like this. But I like this hat on him more, specifically on him. Alright. So, Orthodox Jewish men are held to a standard of modesty. Just like women are held to a standard of modesty, men are also held to a standard of modesty. I have so many things that I have to click out of now. Okay, actually not too many. I guess this is just the stuff from like my wedding stories that I haven't gone through yet because I have only made women so far. So especially in like ultra-Orthodox communities, men tend to wear suits like all the time. Do I know why? No. they just do. So you may see a guy walking around like this. Oh, I didn't realize that the hat had... It's so colorful on the top. There we go. You may see them walking around like this. You know, wearing a suit and having a hat on. Okay. Orthodox Jewish men, they may or may not have a wedding ring. In a Jewish marriage ceremony, men are not given a ring. But let's look at some other ways that Jewish men can dress. Okay, so here's like an ultra-Orthodox kind of way. So, like I said, there's a general standard of modesty. Let's see if we can figure out what we're going to do. This is what's been bothering me. There was a string. How bizarre. Okay. It's still here. String, go away. Alright. Alright, so, yeah, generally, Jewish men are going to wear long sleeves, and they're going to wear pants, not shorts. This is just a standard, modest way of dressing. Palm, I have literally no clue what you were trying to say. Your autocorrect is kind of wild, and I'm sorry, but do we have anything that could me paying? Pay Yashins. The hair. Autocorrect. What? So, okay. Most Jewish men are going to be wearing long sleeves. I don't want him to be in sweaters, though. Button-ups, maybe? So yeah, longer sleeves. Palm is still struggling to get her question out. Okay, and we'll put him in a kufi because that's like the closest that we have to yarmulkes. Pans. So ah, Peyote. So yeah, that's what Palm was trying to say. Okay, so Peyote are the curls on the side of the head. No, I have gone through all of the hairs and could not find anything that can approximate Peyote. So the best that we have is hair that's shorter on the side and longer on the top. Yeah. We don't have anything that could be similar at all. Like, even if they just gave us, like, a hat with them connected. Because some people do that, I think. Like, they don't have actual, real peyote. They just have fake ones. Because not everybody can grow curly hair or grow their hair long in the front anyway. People try, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Just like some people try and have beards and it doesn't happen. But like, even if it was just like a hat style, but we don't have that. Maybe if I looked in, let me see if I look in, like updos or something for women. But of course, like, that's gonna be really, like, weird looking. Let me see if there's anything in short hair that's feminine. That would work. No. Okay, let me check medium length. We can do that. That hides it under his hat. Thank you, Palm. Because I did not think about doing that until just now. So, this is probably the closest that we have for them. Let's go in and put that in here too. So he's gonna have this haircut. It doesn't give him the hair that he should have, but I don't know, maybe he likes straightening his hair. Right, so like I was saying, Jewish men just dress standard modestly. That doesn't mean that they always have to wear suits. For some reason, a lot of ultra-Orthodox Jewish men do wear suits. but it's not a requirement by any means. You can be in jeans and a t-shirt and still be modest. So let's try some more things. Now, something that isn't in the game that I really wish we could have for Jewish Sims is tzitzit. So tzitzit are, it means, in Hebrew, it means fringes. And so it comes from a commandment in the Torah where it says that we should have fringes on our clothing. So traditionally, Jewish men wear underneath their clothes a vest type thing that they put on, and at the bottom it has fringes that come off of it on the corners. And this can be seen down here. I tried pointing at the screen like you guys can see it. The tzitzit, the fringes, the strings can be seen coming down from underneath the person's shirt. And this is something that all ultra-Orthodox men wear. And in fact, most Orthodox men wear on a daily basis, whether they're ultra-Orthodox or not, because it is considered a commandment for Jews. Even women can wear tzitzit in different ways. So that's something that I wish that we had, because it's something that Jewish men are expected to wear. It is a commandment for them. And it is something that is important, very important culturally. To the point that they're, depending on the type of Jew that you are, whether you're Ashkenazi, Sephardi, Mizrahim, Ethiopian, etc., there are different ways that the tzitzit are braided that signify your community, that are passed down throughout the ages through the people who make them. You know, alhamdulillah, it's way easier to make Jewish masculine sins. But we still are missing important things, specifically the yarmulke or the kippah. This is something that is extremely important, and men are required to wear one in Judaism. You're required to cover your head, inside and outside. And, you know, not having a kippah is exclusionary, especially when we have turbans and when we have kufis. We should have other options for other cultures. This is extremely, extremely important, and it's being ignored by the Sims team. And then we'll do another one. This is another look that I've seen a lot. I can't find just like a black robe. So there is like a sect of ultra-Orthodox men. I mean, it's obviously there's women in it too, but like the men specifically dress a certain way. I guess we'll go with this. It's the closest, I guess. And they all wear these like house coat robes. And they're the ones that have the tall fur hat, the one that is like Father Winter's hat. So let me find it. So their hats kind of look like this, but without the holly. And when they wear these, they wear like nicer shoes. Loafers? No, lace-ups. Okay, and most ultra-Orthodox men, I'm gonna go back and fix it on other things, but you wear socks as an extra step of modesty. You make sure that his feet are covered in all these other things. They're not in this one, so you know, Ashkenazim, you wear socks. Ethiopian men, maybe you don't wear socks. You know, it kind of depends. Yeah, we have to rely on Father Winter, which by the way is just Santa, for Jewish things. It's great. Yeah, I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. Because people keep saying, oh, there's no religion in Sims. Like, okay, 1, yes there is. 2, even if there wasn't, Judaism is not just a religion. It's an ethnicity or a race, depending on who you speak to. If they say ethnicity or race, I can argue for both. It's an entire culture. It's not just a religion. We are an ethno-religion. And so people can be Jewish without being, like, Jewish by ethnicity without being Jewish in religion. So, okay. Okay, so this one, you know, maybe I'm going to give him some sandals instead of shoes. Because in, you know, in Sephardim, they can wear sandals without socks. As long as they're not, like, going to the synagogue. And so, you know, I assume since, you know, Ethiopia, it's much warmer. They probably also have the rule where socks aren't necessarily required. Okay. So now he's got some cool sandals that match his outfit. See, but this is the only hair that we can use if we want to get something similar to peyot. Okay? And this is not even how it should be. You know, this is an Ethiopian Jewish sim. His hair he should be able to have naturally Afro-textured hair, and an Afro-textured beard, while still having the ability to do peyot or something. I shouldn't have to put a feminine, straight hairstyle on him, just to try and get him to dress in a way that he would. This suit, I don't know, I've never seen, this is like a lot. I've never seen anybody dress like this in my family or in other Jewish families. I don't know, maybe for like a bar mitzvah or something. They're like, yeah. It's a bar mitzvah. I'm trying to find myself a wife. Let me go dress real cool. I don't know. Alright, what kind of hat do we want to put him in? We'll give him this cool guy hat, since he's in like a cool guy suit. I don't know, man. Like, I kind of like it. I could see my husband wearing a suit like this, especially the black with the like glowing blue, green, teal color. This is something I've seen for sure. I have seen this look at bar mitzvahs and weddings. 100%. So he looks pretty dapper. All right. And then we'll also give the give some other stuff options. I guess let's do this, the fancy Ashkenazi Jewish man look. Okay, let's give black socks though. Let's see how it looks with the other hats. Because sometimes they don't always wear like like tall, fluffy, like fur hats with this whole look, but you know, even if it is typical. So even when dressing for like athleticism, Jewish men still have to dress modestly. So you might see an Orthodox Jewish man with like a hat on, or he could even be wearing a do-rag. All right, so we'll give him a do-rag. But then he loses his payot. So I guess we won't give him a do-rag. Not till he sleeps. Alright, so, you know, he's still going to be dressing modestly when he's working out. Now, modern Orthodox men maybe are willing to dress a little different, you know. A modern Orthodox man might be willing to wear shorts and maybe even a short sleeve shirt. I don't like that short sleeve shirt with that though. There, that's better. So like a modern Orthodox man might dress like this, especially for working out. Because modern Orthodoxy has a slightly different standard of modesty than normal Orthodoxy does, and especially different from ultra-Orthodoxy. So modern Orthodoxy looks at the modesty standard of society and says that we should dress more modest than society dresses as a whole, but that the modesty standard has changed, and so now short sleeves and shorts can be considered modest, especially if the shorts cover the knees. You may see people put on leggings underneath shorts. Oh, the issue is not that it's athletics, it's that it's masculine. Okay. So you may see people putting on leggings underneath their shorts like this, so that way if their shorts come up when they bend their knees are still covered. And, you know, I'm really glad that we have these leggings as an option, but I wish that we also had undershirts as an option for both masculine and feminine Sims, so that way they can cover their arms to their elbow or their wrist underneath their clothes. All we have is gloves, and so that really doesn't help. Okay, so we're going into sleep. Let's go into hats. Alright. He can wear a do-rag when he's sleeping. He doesn't need his payout to be on point when he's asleep. I don't know, man. I'm really liking the robes for him, but... Alright. So, let's give him some sleep clothes. See, like, this is what I want. I want this undershirt to be separate. Put it in the gloves category. Put it in the leggings category. But we should have these undershirts. Alright. What's an Orthodox man gonna wear to a party? Probably that hat. Give him socks, because who wears dress shoes without socks on? Hello, Bubbles. Thank you for coming to say hi. I don't know, this is too much. I just feel like all of these pants are too tight. Like it would make an Orthodox Jewish man uncomfortable to wear. Sure. Maybe he'll wear that to a party. Sparkliest man in the room. Whoops. He needs pants. The male clothing line is very limited. Oh, look, there's like a little thing that could pass for a seat on there. Hello, new viewers. We are trying to build a Jewish man, an Orthodox Jewish man without any CC. This is part of the campaign that Hufflepom and I have been doing to bring awareness to the lack of representation for Jewish and Muslim players, along with today's wonderful /sarcasm anti-Semitic remark that was made on the live stream by one of the sim gurus. So alright, so he's got like a cool little tzitzit going, just one of them, but you know, better than nothing. I don't like this top with it. Yeah, he does that. You know, if he's modern Orthodox, this looks like a cool party outfit. I can dig it. He only needs different shoes for this outfit. Not these shoes. All these shoes are brown. So, even while swimming. So, yeah, there was an anti-Semitic remark made by Sim Guru Morgan on the stream. It's about an hour in. When they go into cast to look at the werewolf mode. Let's see here. Let's give him a hat for swimming. Since we don't have yarmulkes, we're gonna do one of these like tie back bandana things. But yeah, so she made a comment about the linking ability and how if you change a feature on the face of the sim in human mode, it will also change the feature in werewolf mode. And she said, so like you can even give Sims a crazy nose, and then proceeded to make a Jewish nose on the sim. Basically, this was the nose that he had. It was just a hooked nose, which most people who are Jewish and even Arab have these noses because it's a Semitic nose, and is just one of our phenotypes and racial markers. And she decided that it was crazy, which is very much an anti-Semitic remark. It made me very sick to my stomach to hear her say that out loud, just openly on The Sims, casually. And I am very upset about that, on top of the lack of representation that we have. And I reported it to EA, and I'm hoping that something will be done about it. But yeah, so we're making this sim, and even in swimming, he's going to be modest because that's how it is for the Jewish and Muslim population. So he's going to be wearing some leggings underneath these swim trunks. Wearing blue, I guess. So now he has an appropriately modest outfit for swimming, where he is covered and his hair is covered, and he still has his peyot. as the best as we can make them in base game Sims. Well, base game, I still have expansions and things like that, but like without any CC, this is the best that we can do. It is a female hair, a feminine hair, I should say. It's in the feminine category. Okay, so yes, even in hot weather, Jewish men and women dress modestly, just like even in hot weather, Muslim men and women dress modestly, as long as they, actually adhere to modesty standards. So the fact that we don't have very much modest clothing for Sims in hot weather category it's irritating, honestly, because it always makes me think, like, what my concern is that, we're going to get into gameplay, and alhamdulillah this hasn't happened, but I'm worried that there are markers tied to specific outfits on if it's hot weather or cold weather, which it is, that's how you search for it. But, if I click out of hot weather and choose something that's not marked as hot weather, is my sim going to overheat? If I don't want my sim to overheat and die of heat stroke or something in the game because they are adhering to modesty standards. If you can hear the adhan in the background, just means that it's marking one of our prayer times. Okay, so let's put a hat on him. See, and the kufi, which is the Muslim head covering, that's like the yarmulke, isn't even in the hot weather category, which makes no sense. It can be worn easily in hot weather. It's not any warmer than other hats, and in fact, it's probably cooler than other hats. And yes, even in summer, ultra-Orthodox men will wear suits. All right, Pom. Actually get some sleep, please. Good night. But so yeah, so they will actually still wear suits. And let's see. Let's give him this hat. Night. Yeah. The nose moment. Yeah. It is. That is where the like witch nose stereotype came from. It came from people trying to demonize Jews. And it's just so upsetting to me. It really is. Because people need to know where these stereotypes come from and how harmful they are to people. And instead we just have... Hi, Matt! Thank you for coming and seeing my feed, or my stream. Words are hard. But we need to, people need to know that it's not okay to just say things that are microaggressions against minority communities. They need to know that these things have racist beginnings. They need to understand that it's not okay, and people need to be vocal about that. And the fact that Hufflepuff and I have been vocal about the lack of Jewish and Muslim representation in the game, and now the blatant Islamophobic remarks, and that nothing has been done, is extremely sad. Since this was an extremely public event, I'm hoping that the Sims team and EA actually respond. But a very real possibility is that they won't respond. Oh! Hi, Jules. I didn't know that was you. Yeah, it's so upsetting. So, as you can see, there's not any pants. There's no pants. Because why would men wear pants in the summer? I don't know, maybe because they're Jewish or Muslim and they dress to a certain standard of modesty. So, let's see, we're gonna try and make this man have some pants on. And a shirt. Needs a shirt. Unmodest sim. There you go. At least he has some sort of shirt on right now. But, like, we don't even have, like, half sleeves or 3/4 sleeves in here. I really appreciate you guys coming and seeing this. You know, it means a lot. Long tropical skirt. So you can allow all clothing options for all characters by getting rid of these things up here, which are like the category markers. But the issue is, like, the issue is first off, I shouldn't have to click out of it. I shouldn't have to piece together a swimsuit for my modest Sims using other clothing. But at the same time, like, they just also don't give us options. So there are very little clothing options specifically for, like, femme Muslim Sims. There are very, very few options. There's way more options when it comes to Jewish clothing for Sims, and there's way more options when it comes to men dressing modestly, but there's still difficulty meeting specific modesty standards within the game. It's something that I feel should be addressed. Alright, so we're going to give him some sandals. He's wearing pants, but he's got sandals on. And that's okay, depending on, you know, what type of Jew he is. He may be allowed to have sandals. So, we're going to let him have sandals. It's hot out. Let's see. Again, we don't have a yarmulke or a kippah. These are the traditional Jewish hats. The one that I'm putting on him right now is a kufi, which is basically the Muslim version, but kufis cover more area of the head. Yep, unfortunately, even though we did get the pronouns options now, gender binary is still part of the base game settings. You can go in and, you know, change the frame of your sim even while they identify as male or female. It's still a binary. You can still go in and change clothing preference, but you can't say, there's no neutral option for clothing preference. You have to pick masculine or feminine. So it does make things difficult. Alright, so, okay, we've got like 3 outfits for summer. Okay. So again, we have to use a feminine hairstyle to get the peyote, the curls on the side of his head. And unfortunately, we don't have any options in masculine styles. What's the full body for the hot weather? Let's go back. Full body options for hot weather. This is what we have. Short shorts. We have short shorts and we have aliens. That's our options for full body hot weather. Yeah. So we'll give him the fancy Ashkenazi hat. Imagine it without, you know, the Christmas stuff on it. Actually, I'm going to change the hat for this one. We'll give him this hat. Yeah, exactly. And the issue is that we shouldn't have this struggle representing ourselves in game. I shouldn't have to have hundreds of custom content downloaded to represent myself. You know, I shouldn't have to have. I have what, probably like 25, 30 or something different hijab styles downloaded, along with abayas and options to make undershirts in the game. And that shouldn't be necessary. I should be able to play this game without CC, especially because so many people play on console instead of computer, and they don't have access to CC. So it's completely unfair to them that they can't represent themselves. Okay, I'm gonna click out of cold weather just so we can get the robe thing. So yeah, here's how we have struggled to make a Black Jewish masculine sim, Orthodox Jewish masculine sim in the game. We have some clothing that is appropriate, but we are missing important cultural items that other cultures in the game have been given. And it's also just irritating to have to click out of things all the time. I'm glad that so far none of my Sims have, like, died of heat stroke or something, because I'm using things that aren't listed in the hot weather category. But it would be nice to have modest clothing also listed in the hot weather category, because newsflash, guys, Jews and Arabs come from a desert area, and so we were dressing modestly before it was cool. Get it? Haha, because it's not cool there, because it's always hot in the desert, except at nighttime. That was bad. Luckily, we're done with my stream. So, that's it. I won't make any more bad jokes in front of you guys. But, so, this is what we're doing, guys. Next time I will be... Thanks, Matt. I'm glad that you think my joke was amazing. Next time I will be making a Muslim man, a masculine Muslim sim in the game. Please go and check out my please go check out my Twitter. It's Rivka Z. That's Rivka, no space or anything, ZEE. And you can see all of the work that Hufflepalm and I have been doing in trying to get Jewish and Muslim representation in the game. We want our culture to be able to be represented. Oh, really quick before we go, let's see if we can save him. All right. Abraham. Isaac. Don't question me. We're gonna pick random stuff, okay? I don't know, man. Okay, he wants to be really smart. He's an active sim, a bookworm, and lactose intolerant, because if you guys didn't know it, being lactose intolerant is a highly Jewish trait. Thanks, Matt. Yep, that's exactly how it is. RIVKAZEE. All one word on Twitter. Yeah, a lot of Jews are lactose intolerant. So we're going to try and upload this because, fun facts, if you put hashtag Jew, it's a ban word. You're unable to upload a sim if it says Jew or Jews, which is something that we have been advocating to fix for 124 days and counting. Also, we can't put Jewish, Muslim. Also banned. So, there it is, guys. We are battling anti-Semitism in my favorite game, the only video game that I have ever really played. It is not to prevent anti-Semitic content. I know that for a fact. Jewish as a full word is allowed. But you can't, but like, anything that references, like, I was like, okay, maybe it's to ward off, like, anti-Semitic comments. Maybe it's to ward off people talking about the Israel-Palestine conflict. But that's not the case. Because you can put in Israel, you can put Palestine, you can put a combination of those, and you can put actually offensive words down. So terrorist is not a banned word on the gallery. Murder is not a banned word on the gallery. I have a full list on my Twitter. You have to sort through a bunch of my tweets. You can probably just Google Rivka Z and like Sims Gallery to see the full list, but I went through and did a full list and reported it to EA, and nothing has been done to change the fact that Jews cannot cannot describe ourselves as we describe ourselves, and that Jewish Muslims cannot describe ourselves as such. So, it's great. Hashtag sarcasm. So yeah, that's where we are. We're still fighting. EA and the Sims team is still ignoring our campaign. So if anybody is willing to help boost the word about that this is going on, we have multiple people who are no longer playing The Sims because of how upsetting this is, and that's completely valid. I stopped streaming until I decided that the better way to protest was to stream and show just how bad and how difficult it is to represent yourself in the game without custom content. So, yes, it is a game made by EA. It was not originally made by EA. Long story, it was better before. But regardless, this is a problem. Is Torah a banned word? I don't know. Torah is not a banned word. So that's good. But I am going to remove him from the gallery. I didn't think to check that one. And luckily, the K slur is banned. But the fact that we can't refer to ourselves as Jews is ridiculous. And the fact that, like, any other reason for that to have been the case is not banned is ridiculous. It really only serves to further stigmatize us. Especially when they refuse to put any of our cultural items in the game in any way, shape, or form. So, and now this comment on the live stream. You know what? I get that it's going to be an uphill battle, or it very well might be, but I am willing to put in that work as much as I can, as much as I have the spoons to do so. Luckily, I have amazing people like you guys who know me in real life and are like willing to jump on my stream and support me. Yeah. I don't always have the strength to do it, but when I do, I hop on and I do my best, and I really appreciate it when people come and view my stream, and when they share my stuff to try and get the Sims team's attention and EA's attention on this. I did report it. I did make a formal report through EA Help about the racist comment on the live stream. So I'm hoping that they take that very seriously. So thank you guys so much. I am going to hop off. I'm starting to feel a seizure coming, so I'm gonna try and chill out a bit and be a little less irritated, because that just leads to more seizures. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you guys, Matt and Jules, and everybody who came to watch. Thank you so much. And next time we'll be making a masculine Muslim sim in the game without CC. Assalamu alaikum.